Hello there and welcome. I'm Peggy. Do plan to take a few minutes, just sit down and relax and be with me for a little while. We are going to talk about the Boy Scouts and what they accomplish. And the year is 106 years. That's when they came to America from England. So we have a lot of history. And if you have a boy in your family, then you might want to consider this. Or maybe you have somebody who's been in scouting. We have the answers here today, and I'm just very pleased to have James Alston. He is a district director, right? Or you are?
Yes.
You're the district director, okay. Caitlin Meeks is I had it wrong. She is the Greenville County Reedy Falls district director.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, now I got it all right.
You got it.
And James is an executive, right?
Yes.
With Scouts. And 106 years. I didn't think it was that old. Yeah. And what age group do you reach out to?
We've got a scouting program for youth from kindergarten all the way up until they're 21 years old in different programs in scouting.
That's fabulous. Mm-hmm. So they start in kindergarten.
Yes, ma'am. We actually started a brand new program this year called our Lion Cub program for kindergartners. So we're really excited to get kids at a younger age involved in scouting in our Lions program. So it's the first year we're offering that here.
So what are some of the advantages? You know, everybody thinks about scouting as a good thing. I've never heard anybody say it isn't. But what are some of the advantages that you would get if your child became a scout for your family?
Well, when you speak about the advantages, because this is a family-oriented program, you begin with the boy and you think about the advantages that he would gain, which would be citizenship, character development, leadership skills, experiential skills that he would gain at a young age that some of us as an adult don't even get an opportunity to experience and learn. And then you speak on it as a whole family. You have a family that has a young kid or several children that is looking for guidance, looking for a youth program to help their child develop. They've already gained some home training, but now they need some training to get out into the world and develop so they can be able to apply it and be able to use it in a practical base, in a real life situation. So you would watch a child grow and become more confident and courageous as he's interacting with different people. His social skills will build as he's in school. Responsibilities as a kid will start to increase, and you won't no longer have to stay on him when you're telling him, hey, make sure you clean your room, or make sure you're being responsible like you're supposed to. These skills become second nature because they're learning it in a fun way.
They're just taught.
Exactly, exactly. We're just adding on to what the parents already taught them, and we're just enhancing them with the program.
And I think perhaps maybe the need is greater now than it's ever been.
Absolutely.
We're talking about Boy Scouts.
Yes.
And it doesn't replace, for instance, the father figure in the home, but there are many places where there is no father figure.
Right.
Sure.
For whatever reason. So a boy can get something from scouting that he might otherwise miss.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Good point. And
All right, so you meet, how often do they meet?
Typically, there's a weekly meeting in the evening or sometime after school. And this is where the kids all meet together and they work on some sort of...
They have projects, don't they?
They have projects, they have awards that they're working towards, ranks that they're working towards. So they have that meeting once a week, and then typically they have some kind of outing or activity or a camping trip about once a month on a weekend.
Okay, so... And of course, they have, the Boy Scouts, they have a summer camp, don't they?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
It's longer than just like a weekend.
Well, it's actually a summer camp we have up here. It's up in Travelers Rest. It's called Camp Old Indian.
Yeah.
100 years of
Camp
here.
Old
It's
Indian.
actually 90 years, matter of fact. Camp Old Indian in Travelers Rest. It's a beautiful, beautiful location that it's open to the public as well, but the Boy Scouts facilitate it. We run it, and it's a year-round program. We do
nice.
oh yes, where you have high adventure programs, the same activities that we practice and prepare the boys for out in the district on the weekly level. We bring them up to Camp Old Indian to exercise those skills. And you would go in Camp Old Indian and you would see history from generations and generations before, and you have a great-grandfather who has already worked there, and then you have his name on the wall on a leather slab that has been carved when he's been 17 years old or something. And then you got a father and then a son. So that's three generations of scouting in history. And it's just amazing how heritage and scouting lives on as a culture. And we take them up there to the camp. I got real passionate about that just now when I got off topic, but that camp is there. We do a summer camp as well, which is within different counties of upstate Greenville. We do a summer camp every year.
Now the camp is held at Camp Old Indian?
Well, actually,
The summer camp?
we do them out within the counties as well. Camp Old Indian is a centralized location where we
Okay.
bring all the counties together.
Okay.
All the units come together. It gives them an opportunity to display what they're learning out in their units. It gives them an opportunity to meet and greet with different folks and just have a great family campfire up there with people that you've never met. So you have to think about kids that's never been out of their community before, and then they go up to a camp and they meet kids that are from different areas, and they say, hey, you're involved with scouting too. Like, there's kids out here. I don't feel alone anymore in scouting. I see that there's other kids out here who's scouting my age. They're fun. This thing is just awesome, and we give them an opportunity to come up and deal with water sports. They shoot firearms, crossbows. Of course, we practice safety.
I was going to say.
Of course, we have trained range masters.
You have trained people.
We have
there.
trained people all over the campus. We have a ATV program, a high adventure ATV program. Tons of fun. Even as an adult, we go out there and get lost up at Camp Old Indian all the time, and just it just reminds you of your childhood. It brings back the inner youth in you. So it's not only just for children. This is a family program for adults as well. It would definitely change your mind, change yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually. This program will do that to you.
Yeah, I think most people just think about scouting. You think about the Boy Scout or the Girl Scout, and for young children all the way up through school, and then it ends. But you tell me now that the whole families can get involved.
The entire family. If dad wants to build a better relationship with his child, scouting will allow him to sign his child up for the program, become a leader in the program, and build a better relationship and a bond with that child. Same as mom. We love Den moms. They cook really well, and they always feed us when we're out doing our activities. It's a family program. Then you watch the sisters as they watch their brother become more mature, more confident, more courageous, becoming a young man, watching leaders, positive leaders, mentor him and watch him develop and blossom into such a sturdy young man, and which is very important in today's world.
Yeah, they instill in a young boy character, honesty, integrity, the things that will carry him through the rest of his life.
Yes.
And a commitment. What do they meet? Once a week.
Once a week.
And you start with, I've got down here 4-year-olds.
Yes. But 5-year-olds.
No,
5-year-olds.
5-year-olds.
5-year-old. Okay, 5 years old and up.
Yes, yes.
All the way through school.
Yes.
Yep.
If you can reach them, you can teach them.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know it, but we've actually got some co-ed programs in scouting. So we've got our Cub Scout program that starts at, kindergarten, the youngest, up until 5th grade. We've got Boy Scouts, so that's 6th grade up until they're 18. But then we've got a co-ed program called Venturing. And that's
Oh,
for
wait a minute. Now, a lot of people haven't heard about that. A co-ed program?
a lot of
Yes.
people don't know about it. Yeah, so
For
it's boys and girls.
And girls.
Um,
and what
and-
age group?
14 to 21.
Okay. And
so-
what do they do? Do they do the hiking and the crafts and all the things that you...
They do. So they operate much like a Boy Scout troop, and that they're probably meeting once a week and going on activities about once a month. But it is boys and girls. The awards are optional. There is another award system for venturing, but they're optional. This is the venturing uniform, but that's also optional. So it promotes a positive environment for young boys and girls to meet together and do high
Absolutely.
adventure activities.
And they are obviously chaperoned and the whole thing is done
Always.
as it should be.
Always, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And that's a really good program, especially nowadays. The youth, the generation, everything has to be cool. Everything has to be hip. It has to be fun. It has to be fast. It has to be trending. Social media developed that for the younger generation now. So our goal now, and she wears her uniform so nice, the Venturing uniform, we can reach out to the teenage group and the teenage groups in the schools, and we can allow them to create their own social club, which would be through scouting, this venturing crew. You get to do high adventure activities, you get to travel, you get to camp, you get to go through these week-long jamborees that are just full with fun, excitement, high energy, activity, rah-rah stuff, which is what the generations is all about right now.
Sure.
Everything is just so trending so fast now. So with this new venturing program, which has always been in scouting, but now we're revamping it. Now we're reaching out to the generation saying, okay, you don't have to do traditional scouting anymore, which is traditional would be my Class A uniform, which I'm wearing now, which is your guys you would see when you're doing your daily turns at the store selling popcorn, or you'll see an older guy dressed in this uniform, which is still pretty cool. But now you put the kids, the young kids, in their image, in their type of uniform, put them in their environment, which they love, because if it's the attention span on them is so short, if it's not anything that's going to be catchy and exciting, they're going to just say, hey, I don't want to do that.
lose interest.
They lose interest,
Yeah.
and that's how we lose them. So we get them on the Cub Scout level from ages 5 to 12. Then when it's time to, once you turn 13, you go to Boy Scouts level.
So from Cub Scouts and you go into Boy Scouts.
Exactly. Then you go into Boy Scouts, and that's where we lose them, because they start to deal with the car fumes and perfumes, I've been told.
Oh,
those
that's
are
a
the
pretty
challenges.
good way to put it,
Yes,
yeah.
those are the challenges we're facing. So once they get to that level, traditional camping out with dad around a fire, skit telling and storytelling, that's a little goofy right now. So they're maturing up. They want to impress girls. They want to be more independent. So what's the way to do it? You show them a venturing program where they can do all the high energy, cool, techno-savvy, new generation stuff now, and they can be excited about it. And they get leadership positions inside the group that they can control their own
Okay.
social group, and they can be tailored. It can be at any place. It can be at the local youth center. It can be at the local hangout spot, wherever the kids hang out now, whether it's
Okay.
a hang gliding or a zip lining
So there's a
program.
variety of things they can choose from.
All they need is
We have to take a
representatives.
quick break and we'll be right back.
Of course.